Hi, this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and we buy and sell stuff for our 2 antique booths in the 2 antique malls that we're in. We are in Maumee Antiques in Maumee, Ohio, and Plaza Antiques in Lincoln Park, Michigan. And today we're heading on down to the Flat Rock Speedway sale. And we're coming from a bit of a different direction because we had to take some people to the airport this morning. So we're running a little bit late. It's about 7:20, so we'll probably get there about 7:30. Normally I like to be there right when the gates open at 7 o'clock, but this is not much later, so I think we'll be just fine. So come along with us and let's see what kind of goodies we can find at the Flat Rock Speedway historical sale. So Flat Rock usually has this sale twice a year. I think today's May 7th. So they have it in the spring and they also have it in the fall, and it's put on by the Historical Society of Flat Rock, Michigan, and it's an outside sale, so everything's outside, so it's really weather dependent, and today it's a little bit drizzly, so there's probably not going to be as many dealers as normal, but we'll go check it out anyways and see what we can find. Here's where we pull in, and there's quite a few cars still coming in here, so let's go in and see what we got. Parking was pretty easy today. Normally, if you're not here by 7, you can't even hardly get a parking spot. And you can see why. It's all muddy and it's pretty nasty out. But people are coming out with bags, so we know there's some good stuff. So let's take a look. So here's a nice table of jewelry. Of course, my favorite thing to buy. The prices were so different between dealers. Some were so high and some were so low. You just had to ask on a lot of things. And usually if there's no prices, which is kind of one of my pet peeves, I will ask 3 or 4 items within the booth and see kind of where they're coming from, if they're a dealer that's going to price things really, really high, or if they're kind of a reasonable pricing person. So so here was a cute little Winnie the Pooh book. I know my daughter's doing a room in Winnie the Pooh, and I'm kind of dabbling in toys these days, so of course I got to go check out all these little toy bags. And I'm getting better at it. I tend to buy, I find that Disney toys are safe, name brand toys, anything Pokemon or anything like that is really hot right now. But a lot of the X-Men or Marvel figures or anything like that tends to run a little bit safer. And anything old, of course, is always good. So, but it's pretty hard to find those old toys, especially finding them in good shape. So here's a bunch of tools here. There's a nice globe. And here's a whole bunch of Pyrex. And here's all the patterns that they are on the table. We listed them all for you. And we're going to be doing an upcoming Pyrex show. We're trying to get it together. We got a lot of footage to put together. And we want to try to get as many patterns as we can to really show you all the different things that Pyrex made. So we're still working on that. So watch for that upcoming episode. So here's some nice ceramics, and there's some nice milk glass. Westmoreland milk glass candy basket, $1. Can you believe it? Heck yeah, that was mine. For sure that was coming home. And $3. Actually, the pink dish was $2, so we got that for $2. That was a good deal too. That's a piece of depression glass. I'm not familiar with that pattern, so if you know, please leave it in the comments. And then there's another nice piece of milk glass over there, but I came back to look at the Westmoreland one because I kept thinking there's got to be chips on these things because they're too cheap. And they weren't. They were perfect. So that was an awesome deal. And then I got that little white dish over there to the left of the pink one. I also got that one for $2 too, which was another nice piece of milk glass. And that might have been Westmoreland too. I wasn't sure at the time. So what nice pieces of glass and reasonable prices. You know, this was kind of a strange day. There were some really reasonable prices here, and there's some really crazy prices, and you'll see that as we go along. 8 of them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you do any better than 8 on all of them? You got 8 altogether.
I'll do 6.
That'll work. I gotta have this. Had that in there too.
Okay.
That's so cool. My daughter's gonna go crazy over there. It's pretty too. I don't know if that's new or old. How much is this
That's
one?
old. I think it says 3. I'm not sure. Your hand's on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, yes, you're right. That's why I didn't see it.
You're good.
Boy, that's heavy. Nice heavy piece of. So those tables were really good. I got quite a few things there, so that was really a good deal. Here's a nice cute little bird cage and some more toys. And these are some older toys. And here's a big bin of army figures. And lots of paper memorabilia. And some old books. And this table here, this is where the fun begins. This table here, everything was $1. And make sure you stay to the end because there's some serious surprises that came out of this table. Their stuff was so old. It was wonderful to get really good old stuff. I wasn't sure what any of it was even worth, but I grabbed it if it was in good shape and it was older. I just threw it in my bag. For $1, I'm willing to take a chance. It's kind of like buying a lottery ticket. This was a cool coloring book, and the graphics were so nice on it. I was attracted to it. There was a little coloring in it, but for the most part, it was a pretty perfect shape. So what a neat graphic on that. And this book was also really nice. The pictures on the inside, there was quite a few pictures on the inside of that book that were so nice you could have framed them. So all of this was $1 each. Can you believe that? There's still dollar prices out there at the flea market. My favorite. That was kind of a cool picture there. And there was quite a few like that. So that was mine, along with quite an assortment of items. And like I said, stay to the end because there are some surprises on these dollar items that I found out that I didn't realize as I was buying them. But whenever you see stuff that's of this age and good condition, like I said, you should always buy it if it's $1 because it's got to be worth more than $1. I mean, a lot of this stuff is really quite old. So I gathered quite a pile there, and there was about 3 or 4 other guys around me, so I had to move kind of quick because they were grabbing as fast as I was, so we had to make a move. That little vase was nice. I took that too. And oh yeah, here's a nice little Fenton fan vase. That was mine too. Had a little staining on the inside, but we'll work on that. And these were cool. This was also on the dollar table. These are paint by numbers. Really old tins. So those were pretty cool, and I bought those too. This was probably the best buys there at the flea market. It was just this one dealer that had a lot of really old stuff and was very, very reasonable. Probably was getting out of the business or trying to get rid of things or whatever he was doing. I was glad to help him with that. So here's some nice pictures. An old camera. And patches. And pins. All kinds of sports memorabilia. These little baskets, you never know what's in there, so you gotta kind of take a glimpse at all of them. And here's a wide variety of things. And also you got to check the ground because often people put boxes on the ground and they could be full of all kinds of goodies. Those were some nice old Christmas ornaments. They were a little bit too high for me to make a profit on, so I passed on those, but some serious nice ones. There was some nice depression glass there. And I was looking to buy for the business, not so much for myself, so I was looking for real big bargains today. So most of the jewelry on this table was $3 each, which wasn't a bad price until I picked up this box. And I thought, whoa, that's nice for $3. This necklace was $65. That was a big shock. I was like, holy moly, how did we go from $3 to $65? But I couldn't even get probably $25 for that, so I definitely moved on from that. So here's a variety of objects again. And everything seems to be mixed up. Some dealers have it organized, but some dealers just throw a variety on the table. So you kind of got to look at every table to make sure you're not missing out on anything. And this was actually on the ground on a tarp. It's a nice old picture I looked at. Lady pictures like that tend to sell well for me. Oh, and this was nice. This was a snow globe, but with a pumpkin, but the price was not right. So I passed on that. I've actually had that piece before and sold it pretty quickly. I have to get it for about a third of what I'm going to put on it, so I have to be able to triple what I pay for it in order to make a profit. So it makes it a little bit tough sometimes. And these belt buckles were $5 each, and they were Bakelite, which was not a bad deal. I don't tend to sell belt buckles as well as I'll sell pins or things like that, but that was still a good price. But I ended up passing on those. Probably shouldn't have, though, because that green one was really super nice. And there's some Precious Moments and some Christmas items. And that was a cute little statue. And oh, this was neat. $2 for the whole box. I bought that. They were all brand new. Even if I got a quarter a piece, I'd get more than my money back on those. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to sell those individually or as an entire box, but those were super cute. So I definitely picked those up. And these bags here were $1 a bag, and that's pretty much a no-brainer. If you can find a couple little good things in there, you better buy those bags. So I ended up getting quite a few of these little bags, and I will show you at the end which ones I ended up getting. So stay tuned to the end so you can see all of that. The price was definitely right on these bags, which is pretty low for a flea market. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And thank you for all the folks that have been following us and subscribing. We appreciate all your support. And here's some, there's a Shirley Temple doll. And a nice cute old table. It's a good color. And here's some pretty purses. It was almost like shell tiles around that one. I don't think that one was very old, but it was really nice. Something different. And there was a hat there, and there's some jewelry. And all kinds of little smalls and figurines and dishes. That tends to be the type of things I usually gravitate towards because that's what I usually sell the most of. And here's some sandwich glass in amber. And here's a big box of toys. We're gonna dig through these a little bit. Now, I don't do as well with some of the toys that are given away in kids' meals unless they're like really old ones. So I kind of have been steering away from that. How much are the tools? That's a cool one. I like that one. That's real weird looking. You do. That one's a weird. I want the weird ones. I like those the best. I use that for strawberries.
Do you want a bag? You need a bag?
I think I can just shove it in my bag once I pay for it. But thank you. Look at this, we know how many I got. That's the same as that one. Boy, that's a strange one.
No idea.
I don't know either what that's for.
Yeah, my friend owned a estate sale company, and then I work for them on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at the end, they have a lot of utensils left, so
Oh.
it's payment.
Cool. So we ended up getting quite a few of those kitchen utensils. I might use some of those in our upcoming kitchen utensil show that we're trying to put together, where I'm trying to use various weird tools and see how well they work. So here's some nice glassware. Make sure you hit that like button. Hope you're enjoying everything, and make sure you stay to the end too, because I got some really good finds at this sale and I want to show you those things. Now in here I was looking for all those little people. I was at the Michigan Antique festival over the summer and in the spring, and those were like $2 a piece. So I did pick up on some of those. And then also we have a new baby coming into our family, so I was picking up some of those to complete some of the sets that I'm working on for that baby. So we may have a break now and then between some of our weeks because we're going to be helping out a lot, taking care of that little baby. So stick with us, and we will always be back. We might take a week off now and again to help out with our family. But other than that, we're not going anywhere. There's a lot of cute little figures in there. So those are becoming quite valuable these days. So I picked out quite a few of them. Especially the ones that were completing some of the sets I was kind of starting to work on. And here's a nice overall shot. And you can see there's not as many dealers as normal. Probably maybe about 50%, maybe less. Maybe about 30% of the dealers were present. And that was due to the weather. It's not like they would have not loved to be there, but the weather kind of killed it. So, but we still did really good considering. I was surprised how well we did. And we did really well at the garage sales in the surrounding areas. So we're still at the flea market here, and look at those nice lady head vases. And that vase is beautiful there too. It kind of looks like Roseville, but I'm not sure if it's that or something else. The marking on the bottom wasn't real clear. I'm not real proficient in pottery, but lady head vases I always look at because I have a collection of those too in my home. I kind of like them. I just think they're cool looking. But they've gotten pretty pricey these days. That one there was $70. How much is your jewelry in this little box?
$2.
For all of it or for each piece?
$2 a piece.
Okay.
Man, everything I'm saying is 10. What's up with that? You know what? Then you got to make a friend and say.
Because you like the expensive stuff. You got expensive taste. I have cheap taste.
What he wants for this.
How about this thing? How much is this?
$5.
He said 70 on one thing, so you know we're all even. So here's some more small items in cases that they had, and some cars, and a little bit of furniture in the back there. It didn't rain much when we were there, so luckily the rain kind of stopped, but it was kind of drizzly all morning, so it was definitely threatening. There's some gnomes and some ceramic ware. There's a nice piece of depression glass. The bowls there are quite nice. Mixing bowls for the kitchenware set. Took a look at those. The price wasn't quite right for me, but still a nice piece. There was some Francoma there, and there's some King's Crown with the red around it. And there's some more glassware. Those were cute little frogs. That looks like elegant glassware from the Depression era. Didn't recognize the pattern in that one. But make sure you watch our video on the elegant glassware of the Depression era. So we show you all the different patterns that are out there. Now in here I'm looking for mainly Monster High dolls. Those are really good sellers for me. I have bought quite a few Barbies and things like that, but I can't get much more than a few dollars for them. But those Monster High dolls can be kind of valuable. I think the lowest one I ever priced was probably $5.99, and I think I've sold probably 90% of those that I've bought. And here's some more glassware. And some Hallmark ornaments. $4 a piece. That's not a bad deal. And a variety of books. And here's some pearls in there. Some jewelry bags that I kind of fished through. See if there was anything interesting. And I'm sorry if the camera gets a little crazy now and then. I was doing serious buying, and sometimes the camera gets suffers because of that, because I'm really looking for things for my booth and not as concerned about the camera. So bear with me if it kind of goes a little crazy now and again, because it's really hard to look for jewelry and fish through some of these boxes with one hand. I'm not quite that talented, so sometimes the camera gets moved a little bit more than I'd like it to. That's kind of an interesting piece. It's pretty. I had something on the clasp that was a little broken, but I think I can fix that. Pretty piece. And it's a lot of jewelry I can fix, and sometimes I'll still pick it up if it's an easy fix, but to be honest, I have a huge box of jewelry that needs to be fixed, and I'm gonna need like a month just to fix all that jewelry. So I try not to pick it up as much as I used to. So there was a bunch of Barbies in there I was digging through. Oh, here's some nice jewelry. $3 each, my kind of price. And there's some rings. With various prices on them. Here's a big box full of stuff. That was a pretty pin, flower pin. It's kind of hard to look at jewelry when they're in those cellophane bags, but I understand why people do it. It keeps them kind of protected. And here's some collectible Barbies, some more toys. And lots more toys and dolls. As you can see here, there's all kinds of signs. Those were signs for garage sales in the area, so of course we got to hit a few of them because they're usually pretty good. Sometimes I've even done better at the garage sales than I did at the flea market. So considering the weather, I'll tell you what, it wasn't bad today. I got a big bag full of stuff, so I'm really happy with what I got. So let's see what's at these garage sales down here. Let's see if we can find any more stuff. This one looks like it's sprawled out to the road. That's always a good sign. Look at all the people. Holy moly. There's a lot of neat looking stuff. We'll have to see what we can find here. I went to those garage sales down that one little road, and the only thing I got was a basket. But a couple days ago, there was a lady that has her sale, and she's always the one I get the jewelry for $1 a bag. Now her prices were a little higher this time, but she said being I bought so much from her in the past, she'd go $1 a bag with me too again. So that was kind of cool. So I'm going to show you all that stuff when we get back, all the things that we got. And but there was another sale down this road here, so let's go to a couple down this road before we head on home. So I just hit a barn sale, and I got some jewelry there, and I don't know how good I did or not. This was $2. It could be just plastic, but it kind of looks like amber. I'm going to have to test that. I'm not sure on that one. That might have been $2 wasted, but we'll see. Here's a little bracelet I got for $2 with cameos. For me, cameos sell really well, so that's a $10 piece all day. And then I also got this bracelet, and I've actually had this one before. It's got a variety of different stones on it, and it's got some cameos on it. And I think I've sold those for like $7.99 in the past, and that was $2. And then this set, it was just so pretty. It's all different color crystals. Let's see if I can lay it out for you. And then it has the earrings to go with it too. I paid for, I'm kind of thinking, I'm not sure, maybe $15? I'm not sure, $15 or $20 maybe. We'll have to take a look at that and do some research on that one. But that was a good buy for a barn sale. Who'd have known they had jewelry? So here's all the things that I got at the Flat Rock Speedway sale and the surrounding garage sales. So let's go through it for a minute here. So everything on this table here was $1 a piece, other than these kitchen utensils, and these were 50 cents. This one was really a good deal. That's probably worth $5 or $6 right there. But a lot of these I'm going to use for an upcoming YouTube I want to do on kitchen utensils. So that's kind of why I bought that. This is a piece of Westmoreland. $1. And it even has the marking on the bottom. That was a good deal. That's $10 all day. And here's a piece of Fenton. And that's probably about $8 if I can get it cleaned up. It's got some serious staining in the inside, so I'm going to have to work on that. This is just a little piece that's probably worth $4 or $5. It's for their telephone. And I did get a set of 8 of these Fire King glasses. And I got them for $1 a piece, so that was a no-brainer. That's probably at least $20 or more. And this game here was only $1, and it looks pretty complete. These bag of toys, I took chances on. They were only $1, and I thought, gosh, I could pick out what I want out of there, and I could still sell the rest of it and get my money back. Now, the items over here were also $1, and I still have to look up some of them. We have a coloring book and some old books and some old paint by numbers and a cigarette case and a vase. So I'm sure they're worth more than $1. I think I did well on those. The graphics on the coloring book was really nice. Here's some more things I got. I got these dishes for $2 a piece, and I got the Walt Disney mug for $2 a piece. I looked up that one, and that's worth about between $15 and $20. And these dishes here I think are worth about $10. And lastly, for this section, I got all this false scrap for $1. And I don't usually buy this kind of stuff, but for $1 for all the pieces, you can't go wrong. And then I got the basket for $2. So I have a bit of an update for you. I took this book in the house from the Flat Rock sale, and I paid $1 for it. And I'm looking up the comps and some of this dollar stuff that I got. And the only comp I could find on this book was $500. Now that was not a sold comp. So I am not sure in this one, so I need you folks' help. I put 99 on it. It's not in perfect shape because it's been colored in a bit. But let me know in the comments what you think of this. I don't know if that's totally unrealistic or what. Another thing that was surprising is this little flag holder thing. And it's for a 1930 Ford. And that comped out about around $40. So I believe I put... I think I'm going to put 20 on it. It's not like typical stuff that I carry, but you just never know what's going to be in these dollar piles. So another thing that was a bit of a shock was this book here. And this was comping out around $50 or $60. I ended up putting 30 on it. It seems to be in really good shape. There's lots of nice pictures in this book that you could actually probably frame if you wanted to, but you hate to tear it up too. So 3 little update surprises that, boy, I didn't know. So let me know what you think on that paint book and even the watercolors. I had sets of watercolors, metal watercolors, and they were comping out $30 to $40 each. So it just goes to show you, you better always look at those dollar tables because you never know what you're going to find. At the Flat Rock sale, we got a big box of beady jewelry, and probably 75% of it was junk. But this is the pieces that we did get. We paid $12 for the whole box. It was the deal on the hill, gentlemen who were selling it, and I think I did get a deal on the hill. So I did get these beady necklaces like these. This one is not real desirable, but these other ones are okay. Usually I get about $5.99 for those beady type necklaces. Now some of them don't have the proper clasp, but there was so much junk jewelry in there. I can show you here. There was so much that one has, that side's good. Let me show you the other side. This one is missing the little clasp, but like I said, there was so much junk jewelry in there that I was able to find other pieces with good clasps on it. So what I will do is I will just transfer the piece that had the good clasp, like this is the same scenario, put this piece onto this piece here. So then I can revive that one, and then that one would be more valuable. And then I'll throw these back in the junk bags. I did get about 6 or 7 pair of earrings. These usually I put between $3 and $5 on it. So I did pretty good. So I probably got 1, 2, 3, 4 necklaces that are worth between $5 and $6, and probably 6 pair of earrings that are worth between $3 and $5. maybe even 6 if they turn out nicely. So I did really good. I definitely tripled my money on that one. And also I got 2 big bag lots of just junk jewelry that I'm going to sell. Let me show you those. These are the 2 junk jewelry bags, and I'll probably put, I paid $12 for everything, so I'll probably put maybe $7.99 on that. And then I might add some things to that one just to make it a fuller bag, because it's all basically beads. So, and people do use these beads for crafts, so this is kind of like craft jewelry. So overall, with that box of jewelry, I did really well. Here's some more jewelry that I got at the Flat Rocks, actually the garage sales afterwards that I went to. And this pen I paid $2 for, and this I paid $2 for. Now this is missing a little latch on the end, but I can easily repair that. And this compact I paid $2 for. So probably between $7 and $8 a piece. But this was the interesting one. This was $2, and I wasn't sure. It kind of looked like amber to me. So we're going to go test this and see if it is. So the way you test amber, and some of you folks have seen me do this before, is you got to put it underneath a fluorescent light, and it glows like kind of fluorescent in color. So I'm in our bathroom, because that's the darkest place in the house, and I got my black light here. So let's test this and see. Close the door here. And you can see already it is really glowing. If you do this to plastic beads, nothing happens. It's just the same color. And I'm hoping you can see this on camera, but there's a way with the black light, and here it comes back. So this is clearly amber. So what a great find, unless it's some other natural stone that I'm unaware of. But I believe it's amber. So yeah, $2. That was a great deal for a nice piece of amber like this. And this is the last of the jewelry I got at a garage sale on the way home from Flat Rock. So, and I went over this in the car. So I think I did pretty well on jewelry today. So that was great. So these are the bags of jewelry that I got at a garage sale around the Flat Rock Speedway sale from the Flat Rock Historical Market. And this lady I've bought stuff for before, and my cats are really into it today. And she charged $1 a bag in the past, but her prices went up, and she's now at like 10 for $1, which is still really cheap. But being I bought so much in the past, she let me have them for $1 a bag, so that was awesome. So Mutt's gonna help us here, I guess. Let's dump these out and see what we got. There's nothing spectacular in here, but it's good $2 jewelry that you can put out in your booth, just for those people that just want something a little bit small. So there's the first bag. We're going to dump them all out, and then I'm going to separate them for you guys so you can see how many of what things that I got. But look at all this jewelry. I mean, $5, kind of a no-brainer. I mean, there's bound to be something decent in there. So let's dump them all out, and then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to separate them all. Holy moly, look at all that jewelry. It looks like a good time playing and all that. Oh, I even got one more. Still got one more. My cats are going to have a field day. Wow. So let's separate that out and kind of see how many of necklaces and bracelets and whatnot that we have. I went through just the earrings of those bag lots, and I have 145 pair of earrings. That's a lot of earrings. And I think that basically cost me like $1, maybe $2. So most of them are just little $1, $2 earrings, nothing incredibly wonderful. These were kind of nice. So these are cameos, and I thought they were kind of nice. They're like just a metal cameo. And then I pulled out a few that I thought would be neat. These are kind of cool too. I'm wondering if they even could be sterling. Those are quite nice. And then I got some nice holiday ones for me to put out right now. I have red, white, and blue in my booth right now. So 145 pair of earrings. Let's see how many necklaces we have. We have 55 necklaces, and like I said, none of them are big dollar things, but there was a couple things I thought I'd look at that look kind of interesting to me. And I'm sorry if my camera gets a little wanky. I'm doing this on the floor and trying to open bags and use the camera, and I got a big kitty that seems to want to just lay here and not move. This is Mutt. She's very tired and she likes to lay in jewelry. This necklace here I thought was kind of interesting because it looks a little older, but it's missing a few pearls. So that one I'll have to take a better look at. And this one here, maybe you folks would know. what this is. It seems like some kind of a natural stone. I'm not sure though what this is. It's kind of interesting looking though. So yes, that was a lot of necklaces, and plus we have more, so let me show you the rest of it. I also got 10 of these little shell necklaces, and this is not stuff I typically buy, but I bought it last time. I had gone to her sale, and I mainly got it because I like to do a summer display, and shockingly enough, I sold almost every one of these. I put like $3 on them or something, $2 or $3 on them, and they all went. And I would normally never buy these little shell necklaces, but for whatever reason, that was in Maumee Antique Mall in Maumee, Ohio. They sold, so that was kind of cool. So there's 10 more necklaces. I got about 30 of these items. I got a variety of bracelets. That was not too bad looking. And I got some, these cufflinks were interesting. They look like little cameras. They're pretty cool. And then I got these old Kiwanis cufflinks. I'm not sure what that stuff is worth. And then I got a few little pins in that bag. Lastly, I got this holiday jewelry, and this one's kind of pretty. Now, there's nothing real spectacular in here. There are a few older pins that look older to me. And I got about 10 pieces of holiday jewelry. And even though like this is new, this stuff sells really good for me at the vintage market shows. When you put it out, I got some St. Patrick's Day stuff. When you put it out on the tables. So all that jewelry I got for $5, over 200 pieces of jewelry. So that was a crazy good deal. Even though it's like not real high price stuff, it's still all that little stuff sells, and it helps make your booth rent. So this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles saying goodbye, and we'll see you again. Bye.